Time now for Young Bucks. What is a Young Buck? A Young Buck is a future young business leader who's making moves and doing stuff and gives us a chance to listen to some young, fresh minds. They're taking on the big world of commerce. And today we're joined by Tabea Walker from Gizzy. Kia ora.
Hello, how are we doing?
Hey, okay. Now, have I said your name right? Did I do that? Did I start off on the right foot?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're in there. So you've got some outside the box thinking, and you basically you're clearing the path to be Tairawhiti's first ever escape room. Is that right? And is today the launch day? What's going on?
Yes, the launch has just started. I can hear it outside. I think we're just underway with the ribbon cutting. So yeah, it's all go.
That is awesome. So how old are you, and what school do you go to? What's your deal?
So I'm 20 years old, and I've actually finished school a couple of years ago. And yeah. So I'm not at school anymore, but I'm about to undertake a ski instructing course.
Oh, there you go. Oh, straight into it. I went down the same path. Are you? So let's talk about the escape room. So it's Gisborne's first ever one. Where did this idea come from?
So this idea came when last year, as part of Next Gen, which is the like the rangatahi group connected to Taeke's Impact House. And we were gifted a space in Treble Court to make our own and like create whatever we wanted in it. We got that through doing a mural for the new restaurant that opened last year called The Globe. So in exchange for doing that mural for them, they gifted us a space for a couple months before we got underway. And we had a bunch of ideas floating around, but one that we liked was to actually open it to the public and to see what ideas they could come up with and what they wanted to see in that space. And yeah, that best idea that came along was having Gizzy's first escape room. And now 1 year later, we are opening.
There you
having
go.
Our grand opening and ribbon cutting all underway.
That's so amazing. So for those that have heard of it but don't understand exactly what it is, can you explain to the audience what is an escape room? How does it work? What happens? And give us the 101 for those that aren't aware of what this thing is.
All right, so an escape room is like a small space, or our one is in particular, just a cool room that's been really well decorated, and you've got 1 hour to escape. You do the escaping by collecting and putting together puzzles, finding the clues that are hidden throughout the room, whether they're word puzzles, numbers, games, and yeah, collecting those puzzles, putting them together, and those often correspond to another locked door or cabinet or space that will then, if you find the key to those, you get through to the next space or next step along the way to get out. And yeah, once you've collected all your keys and all your puzzles are put together, and if you do it within the hour, you succeed. And it's incredible to go into. I got to go in on Wednesday afternoon as part of one of our last beta testing groups with the whole crew was there. We had the whole setup, and it was just from start to finish an incredible experience. Never had anything like it. Never been to an escape room before either.
There you go. So so who would this be? Is it for like groups of friends? Is it businesses? Like what's the average, clientele, or who's your target market when you're looking at the business?
I think we're targeting everybody really. Like there's nothing, it's not super hard so that young kids couldn't do it, and it's not super easy. It's a good mix. So any families are welcome, any businesses are welcome, like corporate groups to come through, do like team building, or if you're bringing a friend to town, this would be one of the best places to come and give a go at,
So one of the big things around small businesses, you usually don't have millions of dollars of advertising budget to go around and blast out everywhere. When it comes to advertising the business, what's the approach and the strategy being to letting people know about the escape room, what you got going on? What's your current advertising and marketing strategy?
For us, mostly it's been word of mouth. Like the Taekea Impact House has a huge range of people come through its doors. people in the corporate and business sectors, people that work with kids and stuff. So a lot of it has been word of mouth, but also a massive part has been like our online Instagram, Facebook pages and TikTok. You know, we're getting out there on different social media platforms. Because it's rangatahi made for rangatahi. It's just really easy for rangatahi to use technology. It's our main source of information and sharing stuff. So that's been one of our big ones, is just pushing things out onto TikTok and Instagram stories and sharing it that way has been one of our main advertising strategies.
And in terms of the business model, how does it make money? Is it by the person, by the hour? Like what's the business model in terms of the money side of things?
So that we sort of like the space that we've been given, we're using the money that we actually make from the escape room to actually fund our pop-up shop that we've got in the front of it, which is for our rangatahi to share their art and all the other stuff that we do. So we have a lot of artists in the front, and so those are going to play off each other with the money from the pop-up shop going to both the rangatahi who create the art as well as funding to keep that space open.
Very cool. All right, so today's opening day. It's literally open probably as we speak. It's in Treble Court. First kicking off. If people want to check out the Instagram or they want to check out the TikTok or whatever, where can they go to? What can they do?
So we've got a couple different ones. Our main one for the escape room is Next Gen Escape. And then for our broader just taike in general, we've got Taike Next Gen, which is for our rangatahi group. And for the taike whānau, we've got Taike Impact.
There you go.
And that's our three main platforms.
Well,
and I think those are all the same across Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Nice. Well, I'll let you get back to your opening day. I wish you the best luck for it. Well done. 20 years old, starting this business, having it, getting the contra thing for the mural, starting the space, being creative with it. Now you're getting it rolling. I hope you absolutely have a smashing week and best of luck with whatever else you get up to next. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Perfect. There you go. Tabea Walker, Next Gen Crew, Gisborne's first ever escape room. Very, very cool. Coming up after the break, I've got my business in a minute tip with you, and it's Te Reo time with Karepe McDonald's. Time now is 12:28 in Aotearoa, New Zealand, 5:28 in San Francisco. This is Robett, live episode 309 on Today FM.